Welcome back to part 2. We were just about to journey over the rainbow. Let's see what we find. 4 land masses surrounding the Emerald City, just like the North Pole in Mercator's map. Look at the representation of the Emerald City in the film. Do you see the dome halo surrounding it, similar to the halo we see in representations of Christ? But I want you to pay close attention to the city. If you look closely, the buildings look rather strange, like they aren't actually buildings at all. They look like glowing emerald green columns. What else has an emerald green glow at the North Pole? The Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights. But what about those strange-looking columns? Well, they represent the magnetic tree of life, which was cut down in our history. What is the magnetic tree of life, you might ask? Well, it's time to journey back in time to biology class. Silicon is the second most abundant element found in the Earth's crust after oxygen. Silicon is structurally very similar to carbon, and when silicon interacts with oxygen, it turns into quartz. This is a carbon-based tree. And this is a silicon-based tree. History is a lie. There was a silicon era where trees grew to enormous heights. Now you might be thinking, that's not possible. No tree could be that big. Well, they made you believe these were real. These were the cover-up for the giant humans, creatures, trees, and plant life that existed. Silicon binds to oxygen 5 times better than carbon. The more oxygen something has, the bigger it will be. In the silicon era, trees were primarily made of crystal due to silicon turning to quartz after binding to oxygen. This tree here is the tree from the movie Avatar. They love putting the truth in our faces. What we call rocks today are actually just fragments of old giant trees and other living organisms. Rocks and stones are the phase between silicon and carbon life forms. There are no petrified organisms, just the remains of silicon organisms. The tree of life in the Garden of Eden was quite literally a crystal tree. This is what the Emerald City represents. It is the remains of a crystal tree, the crystal tree of life. We haven't completed our journey over the rainbow just yet, but we do need to take a detour to the yellow brick road for a moment. An interesting swirl, that is, almost like a whirlpool of sorts. Do you remember what Mercator said? In the midst of the 4 countries is a whirlpool into which there empty these 4 indrawing seas, which divide the north. Come on, let's get back to the rainbow and follow it into part 3.